Well, welcome everybody to another segment of Live Expert Interviews.tv. And today the segment is about finding a good plastic surgeon. It's such an important decision. You want to make sure you do the right thing and find the right plastic surgeon. And our expert today joining us is Dr. Aaron Cousins. Dr. Aaron Cousins, welcome, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Steve. Great to be here.
Good to hear. So, the first question that I have for you is probably the most important question, and that really is, with all the information out there, with all the disinformation and all the commercials and all the different things saying to do this or do that, what do you recommend for like the top 3 things to find a good plastic surgeon in Irvine?
That's a great question. The first thing I would say to find a good plastic surgeon is you got to look at their reputation. I mean, that is number one. Ideally, you know somebody, a patient who's a friend or a family member who's actually been to that doctor and had an operation with them or some sort of service, and you can ask about their experience. But outside of that, you really got to go to your computer and a search engine, and you can look up that doctor's name and find out a lot of information about their reputation. And I would want to look at reviews. There's a lot of anonymous reviews. You want them to be current. You want there to be a lot of them. And hopefully they're even about the procedure that you're actually looking to get. So reputation would be number one. Number 2 would be expertise. You want to make sure that doctor has a good foundation of knowledge about your procedure. He or she does them and does a lot of them. That's going to be really important, and you want to make sure they're a plastic surgeon. There's a lot of doctors doing cosmetic procedures who aren't plastic surgeons. So hopefully they even contribute to the literature, write papers, give talks to other doctors. Those are all good things. And then third, probably the most important on a personal level, is communication. The personal attention and customer service where they're not just another patient. They want to get to know you. You want them to like you, for you to like them, and to really get that communication going so you can really tell them what you really want so that they can actually deliver the aesthetic result that you're looking for.
Great advice. So in a recap, I'm hearing you say reputation and reviews, expertise and certifications, and as well as the connection that you make with the plastic surgeon. Does that sound about right?
Sounds exactly right.
All right, well, great. So when somebody's, the next thing that pops in my mind is once they've kind of got the ideal guy that they want to talk to or ideal surgeon that they're looking at, what are a couple of questions that you would recommend them to ask that plastic surgeon to make sure that they feel that connection and they choose the right one?
Well, there'd be 2 types of questions. First would be on a professional level, understanding where they trained, do they do the procedure that you're looking for, do they do a lot of them, what is their approach, and to match that with other doctors you visited with or things that you've read. And then besides that, you just want to ask questions so you get a good feeling of who they are and they get a good feeling of who you are, to really start the doctor-patient relationship and the real connection verbally so that the surgeon understands what you want, and then you understand whether or not he and she can deliver what you want. Those are the most important things.
Got it. That sounds like some pretty good sound advice, making that connection. So, Cousins, let me ask you, with all those different plastic surgeons out there, can you take just a minute and share with us what separates you from all the rest of them out there? What makes you different, and why would somebody want to come to see you?
Well, generally in the United States, plastic surgeons have very good training. What differentiates me is really my approach to each individual patient. I am younger. I am on the cutting edge of the surgical procedures that I do. So the things that I really focus on, I not only go to meetings to learn about new things, but I contribute to that literature by writing journal articles that plastic surgeons read. I give presentations, and then also on a personal level, I think I have a really good rapport with my patients and develop really good communication from our first visit, and I meet them several times before we do any sort of procedure, and that allows me to really understand what the patient is looking for in terms of their final result, and then we can have a very honest discussion about whether that's achievable and what it's going to look like, and I think that's really important.
It sounds like that you give them a lot of personal attention, and your goal is to make sure that their vision of what they want to have done is what you can create for them so that they're happy.
That's right, Steve.
All right, well, that's fantastic. I know when we talked earlier, you mentioned that for the viewers that are watching this segment, that you were going to offer them some type of special offer. So if you could just take a minute and share with us what, if they are looking in the marketplace and they're looking for a plastic surgeon in the Irvine area, what kind of offer do you have for them?
Listen, I think the most important thing is seeing multiple people, because not every surgeon and every patient are going to mesh or get the result that you want. So I would offer anybody that wanted to come in a complimentary consultation so that we can meet each other and figure out if we're the right fit, to see what people really want. Is it something that I do, that I'm an expert at, and that we can actually deliver the results that you're looking for.
I love it. I think that's fantastic. So a free complimentary session, I think that's great. Dr. Cousins, what's the phone number they can reach you at?
You can call our office at area code 949-387-1404.
Well, fantastic. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your wisdom. We appreciate that. I know it's an important decision when someone is looking for a plastic surgeon that they find the right one. And today, I really appreciate you taking the time out for myself and the viewers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve.
We'll see you on the next segment of LiveExpertInterviews.tv.